Hey everyone, welcome back. Thanks for joining us today. We've got a brand new story to share with you, so let's dive right in. My name is Alex, and 7 years ago, I met Emily, the woman I thought was my forever. We worked in the same office building, and though she worked a few floors below me, our paths crossed often. For months, I admired her from afar, too nervous to strike up a conversation. But fate stepped in one quiet Saturday when I had to run into the office. The elevator doors opened, and there she was, alone, just the two of us. We chatted, sparks flew, and I finally gathered the courage to ask her out. Our relationship progressed quickly, and within a year, Emily was pregnant. We were surprised, yes, but also excited to start a family together. But looking back, I can see that we rushed into things, marriage, parenthood, without really knowing what we were getting into. Those first years were tough. We both felt the weight of responsibility and the strain of trying to make our relationship work. But through it all, I never doubted that Emily was the one. We loved each other, and that love was enough to keep us going, even when times were hard. As we settled into our roles, Emily as a stay-at-home mom, and me advancing in my career, life slowed down. But then tragedy struck. A coworker of mine passed away unexpectedly, and I took on much of their workload. I became consumed by my job, working late nights, weekends, and even some holidays. I thought I was doing what I had to do to secure our future, but in the process, I lost sight of what really mattered. Our intimacy took a back seat, not because I wanted it to, but because I was too exhausted to even think about it. Emily tried to reach out, asking for more time together, and I kept promising that things would get better once work calmed down. But those weeks turned into months, and by the time I realized what was happening, it felt like it was too late. After pushing myself to the brink, working 22 days straight without a break, I finally reached my limit. I talked to my boss, who acknowledged my hard work with a bonus and some well-deserved time off. I was thrilled to finally spend some quality time at home with Emily and our son. But when I got home, something felt off. Emily, who had been pleading for more of my attention, now seemed distant. She had changed. Her body was more toned, her hair freshly done, her wardrobe updated. I hadn't noticed any of it until I was finally home. When I asked her about it, she got defensive, saying she just wanted to feel more confident. I reassured her that she was beautiful to me no matter what, but the tension between us lingered. With time on my hands, I started sorting through our finances, preparing for tax season. That's when I stumbled upon something that stopped me cold. Unfamiliar charges on our bank statement. Everything else made sense, but these few stood out. I Googled the charge name, and to my horror, I discovered it was for a website called Ashley Madison, a platform for married people seeking affairs. My heart shattered. I knew I hadn't signed up for this, which meant Emily had. The woman I loved, the mother of my child, had been looking for someone else. Desperate for the truth, I created a fake profile on the site to see if I could find her. And there she was, in plain sight, her face visible in photos that left little to the imagination. She wasn't hiding. She was out there, looking for an affair, claiming she felt ignored by me. I was furious, heartbroken, and confused all at once. How could she do this to us? I decided to test her to see just how far she would go. Using my fake profile, I messaged her, flattering her and expressing interest. She responded almost immediately, matching my flirtations with her own. It was clear this wasn't her first time doing this. She was too comfortable, too eager. When Emily got home that night, I acted like everything was normal. She went to shower after her gym session, and I took the opportunity to check her phone. What I found was devastating. Dozens of messages between her and other men. And not just strangers, these were men we both knew, our neighbors, even some of my coworkers. One of them had already met up with her, and they were planning to do it again. I knew I needed proof, not just for my sake, but for our son's future. So I continued my charade, convincing her through the fake profile to meet up with me at a hotel. Meanwhile, I reached out to the wife of the man Emily had already been with. She was just as devastated as I was, but together we formed a plan to catch them in the act. The day came. Emily arrived at the hotel first, texting me, her supposed lover, that she was waiting in the room dressed in lingerie. The other man arrived soon after, shocked to see her there. That's when we made our move. The other wife and I burst into the room, confronting them both. Emily tried to cover herself with a blanket, stammering excuses, trying to blame me for being distant. But I wasn't having it. I told her it was over, that she had destroyed everything we had built. The other man's wife did the same, and we both filed for divorce shortly after. The evidence was overwhelming. In court, I won custody of our son. Emily, who had risked everything for meaningless flings, was left with visitation rights but little else. The judge agreed that her reckless behavior made her unfit for full custody. Now I'm starting over. It's scary, but I'm relieved to have discovered her true colors before we were even deeper into our marriage. I'm focusing on my son and rebuilding my life, stronger and wiser. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as shocking as I did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more. See you next time.